Hey there, it's Adion here from Lightworkers.org. Thank you very much for tuning in to this special YouTube video broadcast about one of my favorite topics is divine guidance. Divine guidance. I wrote a workshop on this quite a few years ago because I felt that it was pretty much the foundational cornerstone of any lightworker's journey and any spiritual practice, really. Divine guidance is our ability to listen and receive guidance from spirit. Now that can come in many forms. It can come through our spirit guides, it can come through our dreams, it can come through our own self-created language that we may have with spirit through symbology. Something like the tarot is a very good example of a symbolic language that spirit can communicate through. We can also create our own language, and this is something I taught in the workshops. Divine guidance can come in many different forms, and predominantly we will see it functioning in our lives when we start to recognize and experience synchronicity. So, when everything just seems to be flowing and gelling together. What I find our primary directive that I find with coming through from many different people is ultimately our purpose is to be and to become what we are naturally meant to be. Just like all of nature, on the physical, this physical world, this physical realm, as multi-dimensional as it all is geared towards you growing and evolving into your next state of being and becoming something. What are you becoming in this very moment? Well, that's something for another broadcast, but on this one I'm going to just be focusing on the actual guidance principle. So going back to what I was saying before, as far as the types of guidance we may have and how we can best tap into that. A very simple practice that we can all do, and this is something I do regularly. I like to keep things as simple as possible, and that is simply in the morning. If you're an early riser, this will be a bit easier for you. If you're a late riser and you need to get up and go to work and you don't give yourself much time in the morning, maybe try setting your alarm 20 minutes earlier, 10 minutes earlier, so that you can wake up, be awoken, and prior to actually getting yourself out of bed, just drift in that lucid state and put out to spirit, call out and ask for guidance in the most simplest way of, dear spirit, today on my journey, guide me along the way. Dear spirit, today in this journey, guide me along my way. Repeat that mantra and keep repeating it and keep repeating it and keep putting it out there in that beautiful, dreamy, lucid state. You might start to drift back to sleep, pull yourself out, consciousness, become present. Today, spirit, guide me along my journey, along my way. Guide me, spirit, today, along my journey, along my way. Repeat that. Bring it through, embed it in, and throughout the day, I want you to be conscious and pay conscious attention to the insights you start to receive, the people you begin to meet, the synchronicities that start to unfold. Now, don't get me wrong, sounds all beautiful, but it can be very disruptive sometimes, particularly if we are not on our path, particularly if we're doing something that is actually a hindrance to what we're becoming. And then our guidance may start taking a different tact with us. It may start presenting and showing us the blocks, the obstacles in our way, the struggle, the effort that it takes to maintain not being and doing what you are here to do and being who you are meant to be. It takes quite a lot of effort to do this. However, on the other hand, if you're free-flowing and you're open to receive and you're open to that guidance and you're able to take action and take those steps and embrace that synchronicity and work with it, then that's when all the magic starts to happen. So start in the morning with that little mantra, dear Spirit, today, guide me on my way, guide me on my journey, guide me on my way. And be open to see, be open to feel, and be open to experience what that guidance is, and see what happens from there. As you evolve and start playing with this, you can get very, very, very specific, definitive information by creating your own language and creating means in which Spirit can communicate with you. That's something that we can is covered in my workshop material, which I'm going to be releasing online shortly, and I'll cover that as well in later broadcasts. So on that note, thank you very much for tuning in. It's been a pleasure being here with you, welcoming you into my little touch of paradise in the forest out here from Belgrave, Melbourne, Australia. Namaste, much love. Turning camera off.